been a few weeks.
It has been.
It's been a few weeks.
What's our show called?
Craftin and Chattin.
Yes, with the Cece.
With the Cece.
I'm Cece too.
Cece numero uno.
Yes.
So anywho, yeah, we're just chilling at the bookstore on this fine Sunday afternoon.
Yes.
About to get into some crafting and whatnot. Won't you tell them what you're working on today, sis?
All right. So I am working on my bullet journal. And how I'm using my bullet journal is to plan my life and be consistent and, have an idea of where I'm going rather than just showing up and figuring out, day by day. I'm like, okay, we're going to be intentional with your time, your money, your thoughts, and so many different things. So I'm planning my monthly spread out for May. I started with my YouTube channels, and I'm going to start building out some habits that I want to keep track of.
Cool.
But yeah, so that's what I'll be working on. I got my
little
your
pens ready. Why don't you tell them what a bullet journal is for those that don't know?
So this is my bullet journal. And you can find this, I got this from, I think, Barnes & Noble.
Oh, she cute?
Yeah, she's cute, and I put stickers on her. And so in it, it's just a whole bunch of dotted pages that you can, create your own spreads, right? So I struggle with, a calendar that's dated. I'm a mess up, so I don't want to have to, throw away my stuff or save it for the next, 7 years?
Right.
And so I like to create my own, and it helps me be more in tune with what I'm doing, and connected. Nothing like having, someone give you something and you just not connected to it.
Right.
So yeah, so it's just blank, and then you just fill it up with a whole bunch of different stuff. So designs, trackers, goals, all that good stuff. And
hers is so cute, y'all.
I'm trying. I be watching those people on, YouTube and Instagram. And so you can tell that I wasn't consistent last month, but we gonna get there. We gonna get there.
It's a new month. It's the first. Wake up. It's the first of the month. Right?
Yes, it is the first of the month.
It is. It's May 1st.
Which means we gotta pay rent. No,
we're not talking about that right now.
Nope. Positive
we're not talking
thinking.
about
Positive
that right now.
thinking.
But I like the way that you do your bullet journal, because when I first saw those, I had no clue what to do with it. I saw a bunch of dots on a page, and I was like, what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to try to write between the dots or whatever? But just it allows for your creativity, right?
Yeah,
you can make your own calendar or boxes or things that you've done in there, and I think that's pretty dope. So.
Right. Well, thank you.
Pretty dope.
So what you gonna be working on?
I'm making some earrings, girl. I'm making some earrings. So I came out, for those that follow my page, I came out with a new design, I guess a week or two ago, and so so far those have done really well. Thank y'all for buying. And so I'm working on some more today, and I don't know if you'll be able to see them that far, but you can also go on my page to see them. And so I'm going to just start the process of making these, which is to paint the wooden part. So we'll see how far I get today, but I did I can unbox for you guys so you can see. But I did bring the fabric that I usually use for those earrings, and so I did bring that pattern. And then in my crafty little box here, I have the wooden pieces that have been laser cut for me, and my paint and my paint brushes. So that's it. That's what I'm going to be working on. So just trying to get these earrings made so I can share the love with the farmers markets and different stores that I'm in. Shout out to Kindred Creatives. Hey.
Kindred.
Hey.
And if you have not been out here to shop, you guys are missing out. You guys are missing out.
Absolutely.
We have a lot of different vendors on the shelves, and some amazing people that get super excited when they see that they can get free books. This family just was like, oh my gosh, and so they just walked by and just smiled and waved. But we got authors, we got makers, and just some dope people on the shelves. And we got some new books in.
Yep. Do you want to shout out your book real quick?
Oh, I can't. Can you grab it?
I can. And then I'm gonna grab some paper.
I have been inspired. So I don't know if you guys know, I'm a teacher. I'm a certified English language reading arts teacher, SPED and ESL. And so I did resign as a full-time teacher in the traditional setting, and then I opened up my own educational company where I'm teaching on like platforms such as OutSchool and Zoom and all that. And so I started teaching preschool last summer, and I have been learning so much about like literacy. And so that is like my passion, is like really teaching kids how to read, build a vocabulary, comprehension, because that definitely helps with confidence, especially, just anywhere. Like if they're going to apply for jobs, they're going to have to like read contracts and be able to understand what, they're being given, right? Whatever it may be. But if they're not literate, then they're going to have a really hard time, and then they're going to try and fake it till they make it. Mm-hmm. But I know that, since, COVID happened, there's a lot of like setbacks with literacy. Right. And that's one of the reasons why I opened up this bookstore, is because literacy, like, it definitely opens up a lot of doors and opportunities for those who can read and write and comprehend and, voice their opinions. And, like I'm probably rambling, but like in my high school, when I was teaching class, I wanted them to build those skills so that, they knew what they were talking about. A lot of my students didn't know how to communicate effectively, and so they would get frustrated. They didn't know the words to say. They just could not communicate effectively. And so it was like, brought out through like violence or, frustration, or just saying I give up or I don't care. And so I felt like, like we need to figure out a different plan, because, once they hit like third grade, reading becomes a habit, or not a habit, but a chore, a job. And so like literacy is amazing, like, how you can get lost in a story. And so all that to say, I started my own like literacy books that, I'm going to start. This is the first one, so there's going to be a lot more. I'm illustrating my next one, but this is all about like building, the vocabulary, the sight words, repetition. Repetition is like huge with reading, so that they know like what it is, be able to see it and be like, oh yeah, that's that. They're so cute. All right, so that is my book. You can get that on Amazon, or you can come to the bookstore. What is your book called? It is called So Cool for School, and it is all about these students who love learning. And so they take, the little ones, the kids, on a tour of their school and why they love it. And so this is for 4 through 8-year-olds, depending on where they're at. Also like not early, but English as a second language, or students with disabilities. So like you can mix and match this book with, different age groups and, learning styles and skills, levels and stuff like that. And it's super cute, and I want to make it like fun to read. And so the kids can actually like color in and make their own doodles while they're reading and all of that. So cool. It's like an interactive type activity. Yeah. So that's my book. It's on the shelf. So Cool for School by Cicely Carr.
That's dope.
Yes.
And so yeah, get it if you can. Support, and just feed into these kiddos' lives and their development and their education, right?
Right.
Yeah. So cool. Well, I thought that we could talk about your upcoming events.
Ooh, events? I feel like I'm talking so much.
No, this is what we do, right? We craft and we do the things.
Yes.
But in July, we have like a really big event. Yes. So we need to talk about that, promote it.
Why don't you start talking about it?
Okay. She wants me to start talking about it. It is the Texas Art and Literary Festival, and it's going to be first of many, y'all. So this is going to be the first one, and so we are trying our best to get the word out. Mm-hmm. And so Cicely's plan is to just have this two-day event.
So it's kind of like a 3-day event. Friday will be like an opening reception, kind of like a fundraiser, just like getting together, having fun, like a little party. And then the next day will be like vendors and panels. So like authors, illustrators, people who support those type of people. And so like if you're into photography or personal, PR work, or, helping people build their brand, being able to provide those services, that would be a really good option for you to come be a part of the Art and Literary Festival. And you can even have your own panel. So if you're like well versed in like, you know, the whole publishing process, or, you know, finding illustrators or marketing your book, or, you know, how to do certain things, you definitely can set up a panel. I'm taking, you know, submissions as we speak. But yeah, so the 2 days, so Saturday and Sunday will be vendors and panels. And then on Sunday, we're also going to have like a brunch and poets, where that's another kind of like fundraiser event. Yeah. And it's actually the 1 year anniversary, so it's gonna be like a big party and celebration. And she's like, "Oh,
it's been open a year. I've been
almost a year.
That's crazy.
Lord.
That's crazy.
So I definitely appreciate all y'all for all your support.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's gonna be huge. I'm actually have a conversation soon with the city of Louisville. I've been reaching out to, you know, different, you know, radio stations and stuff like that. And so if you know of people to help us get the word out, just come and connect, come and help, be a part of this. This is a community space. We're all about building and, you know, uplifting everyone. And so this is not a me thing. It is a community thing. I'm trying to get other people on, right? Yep. Put other people on.
Yeah. So if you see us posting on social medias, you know, like, share, follow, of course, but then also interact. Even if you not yourself, you know, you're not an author or anything like that, but you know somebody that's interested or has already written their own book, published it, or is interested in an event like this, then, you know, let them know, like, spread the word out. That way we can just get people out, make this just a really huge, successful event. So it is something that we get to do from here on out, right?
Yeah.
We get to do it, make it an annual thing, and just watch it grow and grow. And so even if you don't live in the area, you can still come. You know, it's open for anybody. You can come in for the weekend, hang out in the DF Dub, and
and so people did reach out. They're like, is this only for Texas authors? And I was like, not at all. We want it all. It's just located in Texas.
Right.
So if you are, you know, close enough, or if you know you're going to be in Dallas, Texas that weekend for, you know, a family event or something, and you're like, let me go and see if I can promote my, you know, my book and my services and all of that good stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we would love to see you out.
That'll be fun. But that's, the dates are
July 8th through the 10th.
So you have plenty of time to plan and put us on your calendar.
Yep. And be sure
there will be no reason for y'all to say, oh, I didn't know about it. Hey, boo, we could talk about this. It's April, May. So, you know, come support, hang out, enjoy yourselves. And, have a good time.
Most definitely. And the DFW is huge. There's always things happening, ways to connect with people. Yeah. And so this was a perfect option for y'all to come out and vibe with folks and connect.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. I plan to be a vendor, and I plan to be there and hang out. So,
yes.
And it's open. It is. Come and chill. How's that bullet journaling going over there?
So I'm working on creating a mood tracker. So as a full-time entrepreneur, there's a lot of things that I go through emotionally, physically. Yeah. And I kind of want to track to see, like, you know, how I'm feeling, when I'm feeling it, right? You know, and seeing like how long it lasts. And so I know this weekend was a really rough weekend for me. And even last week, like, I just kind of was like in a mood, and I'm just like, so I want to track my mood, but then I also want to create like habits to help me get out of that mood, right? And so I'm gonna create this little mood tracker. I don't know what I'm doing, but yeah, so daily I'm gonna be like, I feel this way or that way, you know, and maybe talk about why, but I just want to, you know, color code so you can have a visual. So, you know, I love data, and I love how it tells stories, and especially when it looks beautiful, like color coding stuff. But yeah, So the mood, making some. So I just started the calendar, and then the mood, and then I'm gonna start the next page. So my goals this month are to focus on income, like my personal income.
Okay.
And so like all my, side hustles / streams of income, I want to be more intentional of like when and where the money is coming from and how much, and how to maximize on which ones are doing really well, and because I spread myself really thin, and I want to kind of narrow down my focuses on the ones that are actually producing, right?
Right.
So that's going to be one of my goals for this month, is to focus on my finances and the income that's coming in.
Got you. And that's really good. That's awesome. Entrepreneurship is not easy.
Not at all.
It's not easy. And I think that what you're doing, I mean, even for me, even though I'm not full-time, I do, you do go through slumps where, you're just not feeling it, or maybe business is not, just panning out, the way that you think, or you're not bringing in the income that you want. And so being able to like pinpoint, oh, this day this happened, and maybe that, I think that's pretty awesome. That's a good tool.
Thank you.
So how did you come up with the mood tracker specifically?
Social media.
Okay.
So I follow a lot of, pages that are dedicated to bullet journaling, especially on YouTube, because I really enjoy watching people do it.
Okay.
That's one of my it's like one of my self-care things, like ASMR. I love watching people do art and creating.
Okay.
And so that's what I do on YouTube and
Gotcha.
Instas.
Do we have any entrepreneurs watching?
Yeah.
And if so, would you be willing to share your experiences in the comments? Just let us know, kind of how you guys, handle maybe, some downtimes when things aren't, popping per usual. How do you guys handle that? What do you guys do to kind of maybe track or focus or bring back the focus, I guess I should say.
Yeah. So, well, then talk about you too, then, real quick. So, like, how do you go through your slumps? And, you work full time and you have your part time or your business.
Right.
So, like, how do you manage all of that?
If I'm going to be transparent, sometimes I don't, right? Like, sometimes I don't. And I think it's because, in switching jobs, which I love, but now there is like a commute added, right? And so and for those that know me, I'm not a morning person. And so my hours have changed to be earlier in the mornings. And so not only am I waking up earlier, but now I'm having to commute to and from work. And so I just get tired.
Yeah.
I get tired. And sometimes, I get home and I'm just kind of done. Like I'm sleepy. And I don't ever want to, because I pour so much of myself into these pieces, I don't ever want to create while I'm in that slump.
Right.
So sometimes I just have to take a rest. Sometimes I just have to stop and just allow my body to just chill out, zone out for a little bit. And sometimes that's great. And then other times I'm like, okay, you've rested enough. So you have to find that energy to get back at it, to get back in the, in my office, get back in the zone and start designing new pieces. And so I think some of that is just, like I said, just resting, and then really just trying to find, maybe making a piece that, kind of brings me joy. So it may not be something that I make a lot of, but something that I can just pour that into, and then hopefully that'll spark an idea, and it'll just kind of help me to bounce back. Yep.
I know, because I'm all about passion businesses and doing things that you love to make some money, right?
Yeah.
So, like, I feel like when you love something that you can bounce back.
Absolutely.
But if you're focused solely on the money and just, like, I feel like you will burn out and then you won't get back in it because it wasn't your passion in the first place.
Right.
And so, yeah. What were you going to say?
No, I was just agreeing with you.
Yeah.
What you were saying. I didn't have anything else to add to that. But So yeah, it's easy to get in the slump sometimes, I feel like, especially if things aren't going the way that you want or think that they should go.
Right.
But it's just digging deep, right? Like digging deep and in some ways pulling yourself out. But I feel like also if you have a village around you, if you have people around you that understand what you're trying to do and can speak into you or speak into your business or show some type of support, I think sometimes a little of that goes a long way. So
yes.
Yeah.
So we're excited about this channel. So we're doing Craftin' and Chattin' with the Cece's. And so like we just randomly came up with this, and we enjoy having conversation and talking with, you know, the community and talking about everything. It could be business, relationships, whatever. Right. And so let us know if you guys are like feeling this and you're like, oh, I want to hear more, and watch them create and talk about different things. And let us know what type of topics you guys would be interested in listening to or wanting to hear about.
And then also, I'll be, you know, we're crafting and chatting, but y'all have been crafting along with us, right? So, I mean, let us know, like in the comments, if you guys, you know, have something that you're passionate about, whether it's writing, journaling, jewelry, whatever you're crafting. I mean, you guys can craft along with us and join in the conversation and let us know what you're making. And especially, you know, small businesses, let's shout you out. Like, let us know who you are. Follow our pages, we can follow yours, and hopefully we can connect and just build that community and relationship.
Right.
So
I love that.
Yeah,
I love that. And so like maybe we can even have a little club. Come set up. We have like multiple people here just so talking. Dope. We'll be creating. And so I'm a firm believer that creating is a form of self-care, because it definitely has been my therapy. And one of the reasons why I opened this creative space, because I'm like, I just need to create. I remember teaching my, you know, being in school, teaching the students, I'm like, I just want to go home and create. Like, I'd be so stressed out, and I know that when I go home, I can unwind, I can, you know, get my paints out and just start creating, and it just is my healing time.
Right.
So, yeah.
And that was the same for me. Like, that's how, in a way, that I started with the jewelry. And, just after work, I just needed some downtime, and I needed to do something that I enjoyed and I loved, and I've always loved creating and making things. And so it was after the challenge of can I make earrings, then it became something I looked forward to after work. So after work, I was home, I got my paints out, my random, you know, pieces of arts and craft, you know, supplies that I had, and just let my mind be free to create.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, there is freedom in that for sure.
There is, and I love the process, and you know, the end goal is always amazing, but it's I really enjoy the process of creating and just feeling, and you know, the thoughts that come to my mind, and just like challenging myself to see, you know, what this could be.
So what do you do when you create? Because you said, like, you know, the end goal or the end product is something to look forward to, but what do you do when the end product don't come out the way that you had thought?
Like, I just put it to the side and start all over. You should see, like, when I first started watercoloring, oh my gosh, there's tons of paint, because I didn't want to throw it away either, because I wanted to track my progress as well, my growth. But I just like, oops, that didn't turn out, and so I just start fresh, start new, do something different. But
sometimes it just hits me, because when I make the things, I want it to be perfect, and then I've had to come to like and grow to the realization that it's not always going to turn out perfect the first time you do it, right? But man, like, I had this idea, and then the end product was like,
Yep. I was painting, sitting in the back. I'm like, dang, it was beautiful. And then I just kept adding and messing things up, and I'm like, So then I get nervous to finish things. So then I'm just like,
I do too. I thought I was the only one.
No,
I do too.
What about y'all? Do you guys start something and get nervous that you're gonna mess it up, so you never finish it, or?
And it doesn't even have to be a craft project. Just like in life, right? Like you start, you know, an idea or whatever, and it just didn't do what it was going to do, what you thought it was going to do. Let us know. Talk to us. We'll talk back.
Yes. Ooh, next time we should do like a Q&A and answer questions. Like people can send us, you know, their questions about anything, and we'll just talk about our our personal thoughts about it.
That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be fun. That would be fun. Yes.
This is fun. I mean, from coming just a random idea of sitting here and doing a live, and now this is only number 2, so it's not like we've been doing it for a while, but just like the thought of like continuing it and like watching that grow.
Right.
Look at us.
I love it.
Look at us.
And I love seeing you hand do your jewelry. Like, you know, so this is not mass produced. This is not, you know, bought and just resold. This is like handmade, handcrafted with love.
All the love, man. All the love.
And, you know, people be like, that's expensive. I'm like,
well, baby, listen, if you knew what it took to get I mean, yeah, it's the process. Again, like you mentioned before, it's a process. But it's a process that I love.
Oh,
it gets agitating, maybe? It gets hard sometimes, but I don't think I would trade this in for the world, though.
I feel you.
Yeah.
Aww. I love it. I love creating, y'all.
Yep.
So if you guys are doing an income tracker, you think of like, okay, so source, where it's coming from, maybe date, right? Date, and then how much. Okay. I like that. Right?
Yeah.
That's all it.
At first, I didn't know what you said, but you said income tracker.
Income tracker. Yes.
Sure. I think I was so just focused for that second that I was like, oh, what?
That's
An
funny.
income tracker. Yep.
And then how much?
Sweet.
And then I can tally things at the end of the month to see exactly where it is. And you can make, in these, you can make graphs and everything. So, like, you can put 1 through 31. You know, I made $5 here, made $10 here, you know, and you can see the progress, you know.
The ups and the downs and the kind of even Stevens.
Most definitely.
Well, so about these here earrings, I'm not going to be able to finish them while we're on this live because it's, again, a process. But I just think it's cool to be able to sit here and paint with y'all and y'all kind of see like the beginning stages of start. And then, like I said, I held up the finished product. I don't know if you can see it, but there sure is a picture on my Instagram. So you can check it out. And then you can even, you know, make a comment or maybe hop in my DM and be like, hey, I want a pair of those. And I'll be like, hey, I'll send it right to you.
Yes. Go buy.
Right?
No, I even got her jewel. Like, I just love her.
She's flossing the bracelets right now.
So
you know, love Cece love.
These are just so pretty to me.
Yeah.
So pretty.
And I think, you know, what we could do one time is like do a tour before we actually start, like to sit and do the craft. Maybe give the peeps a tour of the store so they can see like all of the things that are in here.
That is.
And so that way, if you're interested in that, then you can hop in her DMs and be like, hey, I saw something on the live. How much? You know, we can also put links to the store, and you can buy online. So if you're not even in the area, don't let it stop you.
Right.
Don't let it stop you. Come support. Come hang, you know.
I'm actually doing like a fundraiser, and I'm getting money from all over, you know, the country. So that's awesome. And if you want to help support, you know, this mission, the mission here at Kindred Creatives is to promote the love of literacy